She did happen very quickly, but again, I think she's come at the right time, at the right place. Everything's clicking for her in a sense. It's the era of social media, and she knows how to do social media. And she's done social media from the beginning of her campaign. And she tweets, she videos herself as she's walking through the halls of Congress. And she's everywhere, and she's willing to be everywhere. And other than debate me, she's willing to, because we've approached her and she said no. She's willing to do anything except actually debate with somebody. So she's young, she's very energetic, and she looks good on camera, and which I think is important. And then I think most importantly is she's willing to be radical. I think the world is fed up, and I think you can see this all over, not just in the United States. People are fed up with the center. They're fed up with mealy-mouthed politicians saying, oh, we can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yeah, global warming's real, and the world might end, so we're gonna limit carbon a little bit. And the some scientists are saying, well, that's not enough. If you do that, the world's still gonna end. And yeah, but we're gonna do it in the middle. Or, we think capitalism sucks, and we think capitalism's awful, and we think Wall Street are all crooks. But we're not going to end Wall Street. We're just going to regulate them a little differently. No, people are fed up with that. If you really believe Wall Street are crooks, why do we have Wall Street? If you really believe the world is going to end because of global warming, why aren't we doing something dramatic? If you really believe capitalism is evil, why are you sucking up to capitalists, right? If you really believe that billionaires are bad guys, why do we have billionaires? Why don't you propose something to get rid of billionaires? And I think that the rhetoric of the center, left and right, Republicans and Democrats, has always been, we don't trust Wall Street, but we need them. Yes, the environment is getting bad, but we can't really do anything about it. Yes, this other stuff is happening, but we can't, so let's be moderate. And Trump has proved that people are fed up with that moderation. Yes, we don't like illegal immigrants. Everybody says that. Democrats, Republicans, we don't like illegal immigrants. But, what can you do? Well, Trump says, let's build a wall. We can do something about it. Let's force, we don't like Mexico. Let's do something about it. We don't like NAFTA. Let's renegotiate it. Now, he hasn't done any of those things. But he says it, right? He says stuff nobody was willing to say. And people go, well, that's refreshing. That's pretty cool. Because we know everybody thinks NAFTA's bad. Now somebody finally is saying, we know trade deficits are bad. We hear that from all these economists. Although I'm not sure which economists they hear that from. But, it's in the vibe of the culture. The trade deficits are bad. Finally, there's somebody who says, I'll do something about trade deficit. By the way, the trade deficit, the last quarter was the highest it's been since 2007. So he's not doing anything about it. But it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is what you say, right? It's the posturing is what matters. So now the left is saying the same thing, right? You said all this stuff is bad. We want somebody who will actually do something about it. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez comes out and says, yeah, I don't want Wall Street. I don't want billionaires. Billionaires? A society where you allow for billionaires is a immoral society. And people go, finally, this is what everybody's being implying for the longest time. Well, what was the whole Occupy Wall Street, right? That was the implication. Finally, somebody's actually has the guts to say it. She says, according to the UN, the world's going to end in 12 years. Well, if the world's really going to end, if we really, all of us believed that the world was going to end in 12 years, yeah, I'm willing to do something really dramatic to stop the world from ending. It would kind of really suck if the world ended in 12 years. So let's do something really radical to stop it. So she is leveraging off of all this stuff that's being said and being talked about. And she's saying, she's taking it seriously, and she's saying, let's do something. Let's actually act on all these implicit biases that we have. The other thing she's very good at, I am one of the few critics of AOC who actually thinks she's smart. I don't think she's a dummy at all. I think she knows exactly what she's doing. She's got great advisors, and she's really smart. So what does she say? So people say, how are you going to pay for this? Which is like the dumbest response possible.
The Green New Deal.
Or anything. All of her proposals. People say, how are you going to pay for it? Like Medicare for all, or, single payer. All of these things. She proposes a, government guaranteed employment. So if you're unemployed, you get a job with the government, I guess, digging a ditch and filling it in for $15 an hour, right? So you get a job. So everybody says, how are you going to pay for it? And she says, what do you mean? This is the right thing to do. this is really, really important. This is going to save the planet, or this is going to help all of us get phenomenal healthcare. We'll get the best healthcare in the world. I mean, we're the richest country in the world. Of course we'll be able to pay for it. Why won't we be able to pay for it? Pay for it is easy. This is, what are you saying? You're saying you're about economics? I'm about morality. I'm about what's good and what's right and what's just and what's virtuous, not about this greedy money stuff. We'll print the money if we have to. We'll find a way to pay for it. Pay for it. Look at Europe. They have universal health care. They have all this stuff. They're living pretty good lives. So of course we can afford to pay for it. And then, and what do the people on the right say? Nothing, because they have no answer to that. And now, I would argue everything you're proposing, AOC, is immoral. It's wrong. It's disastrous for human life. It will cause the death and destruction of the world as we know it, right? But the right is not willing to say that. They kind of like socialized medicine. Who on the right opposes socialized medicine? They certainly like it for anybody over 65, right? Well, Medicare is good if you're old. It's just young people shouldn't have it. Like, how does that work, right? If Medicare is good, then why shouldn't young people also get Medicare, which is what AOC is saying. Like, so the only way to argue against that is say, no, Medicare is bad, period. We have to do away with Medicare. But nobody's willing to say that because that's political suicide and because they don't believe it.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching the episode. If you're interested in contributing to the conversation and supporting the show, there's 2 easy things you can do. 1, click subscribe, and 2, visit our Patreon page where you get exclusive access to the Exploring Minds community.